Hey guys, so like, would you say my red guitar is your favourite, or is it the black one?
Have you ever won a competition?
I've never even entered a competition.
Never?
Never.
Even as a kid?
Never. I'm not into that kind of thing.
Okay.
Have you ever won a competition? Apart from to do this.
If due to COVID, live music was finished.
COVID? You mean COVID?
Fuck off.
COVID?
COVID.
COVID?
COVID. I will say that again. If due to COVID, live music was finished, would you consider doing gigs as a hologram?
No.
What if you make loads of money? You're in here, there's like scanners and stuff, you just play the gig.
No, because I don't. No, there'd have to be a audience involved. You need a crowd in front of you. It's a human interaction thing, and if you don't have that, it doesn't mean anything. It's meaningless.
If you had a nice day at the beach with the family, but when you got home you realised one of the kids had brought a crab home, would you travel the 40 minutes to the coast to return it, or would you just put it in the bin? It's alive.
I'd probably take it to the local butchers.
Why?
Say, can you do something with this? Or the fishmongers. They can have this for £5 if you want.
I don't think they're worth that much money.
What, crabs?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Are they not? No.
Not £5 for a single crab.
$4.99. That's all I can do it for, mate. I can't do it for any less than that.
What's the best book you've read in the last 10 years?
Oh. And I've read it twice. I read a book about Kim Philby. You know, the spy?
No, I don't know.
Oh. He's a spy. I believe he was part of the Cambridge... Was he part of the Cambridge spy ring? I don't know. But I read it twice. It's called... I don't fuck knows what it's called. Anyway, it's about this... He spied for Russia during the Cold War. And it's the story of when the people at MI5, there was a mole in there, and the guy that actually found him was his best mate, and it's the story of his best mate kind of seeking him out. And they have this showdown at the end in, I think it might be in Portugal, in a hotel room, and he tapes it. And he's saying, they've grown up together. He's saying, but I know you're the fucking spy. And it's fascinating.
It's a true story?
Oh yeah, it's a true story, yeah.
Wow.
I've actually got a few song titles.
Really?
From it, yeah. Some of the chapters are very creatively titled.
How old do you think the iPad is? Is it older or younger than your solo career?
I'd say it's older.
Yeah, it's 1 year older.
And I tell you why, because I remember recording my first solo record, and my drummer at the time was very excited to get an iPad mini.
In another 10 years, you will be 64.
What? Are you sure?
Sad to tell you.
Fuck.
Would you consider covering the Beatles classic When I'm 64? When you're 64?
No. No, I'm not a fan of that song. It would be such a cliche to do it, wouldn't it? Do it at a gig or something on your birthday. When I get older, losing my hair, which of course I won't have lost.
It's not happened at all.
No, it's not happening, mate. So, when I get older, growing my hair, ready is... Yeah, no.
If you could go back 10 years and tell yourself just 3 things, what would they be?
10 years?
Yeah.
I would say, you know, this solo thing, it's going to be all right. It's actually going to be all right. It's going to start off as you would imagine, and then it's going to evolve into something else. That's what I'd say, firstly. Secondly, I'd say in 10 years you're going to have 3 kids. They're going to be great. So don't worry about that either. It's all right. They're all cool as. And then the third thing is I'd say, oh, and you know that football team you support? It's about to go through the fucking roof. And I'd say, thanks, mate. Nice one.
Tell us a joke.
Bono and the Edge walk into a bar and the barman says, fuck me, not you two again. Belted that in.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did Bono tell you that?
Almost certainly.
I can remember one joke ever.
Go on.
And it's shit.
Go on.
What do you call an Italian man with a rubber toe? Roberto.
That's pretty good, actually.
It's the only one I can ever think of. If you could guarantee yourself another 50 years of healthy life, but any remaining Beatles die instantly, would you do it?
I'd probably say no. Because we're 50 years from now, I mean, just think how shit the world is now and the fucking state.
It might be all right.
No, it won't be.
You'd rather be there to see it.
No, I'd rather not live through it. I'm so pleased that I'll be out the door in 20 years. I'll be gone.
We'll be out in 20 years. You might be.
I don't want to live to 75. I've always said, even the day I was born, I want to 75. Want to go and.
The day you were born, before you could speak.
Yeah. I wrote it down on a piece of paper.
Handed it to
I leave 7-5.
If you were a boxer, what would your ring walk music be?
And not like the Benny Hill music. That'd put the other geezer on the back foot instantly, wouldn't he?
No, it could be intimidating, or it could just undermine. What makes you happy now compared with what made you happy 10 years ago?
I'd say pretty much the same thing. I'm quite a man of simple needs. I don't need a great deal to make me happy. What made me happy 10 years ago was the sense of freedom that I hoped I was about to experience, both musical and otherwise. And I think now is the same. Yeah, I think now is the same.
What is a habit you'd like to get rid of?
The bad habits that are generally considered a bad habit, I like them.
What are the last 3 things you bought online?
An amp, which is sat over there. A little amp, it's called a Champ. You'd like it.
Yeah.
I bought some strip lights for my 10-year-old son, so I could put round his bed head. Is that what they call it? Headboard. Yeah. And almost certainly an item of clothing somewhere.
When you take a new song to your band, do you explain what it's about, or simply not bother?
No. They can make their own mind up. I mean, the band get to hear it when it's finished, when the song's finished. It's not like, hey guys, gather round, hunker down. I've got a tune, you know. And then.
But if one of them said, "Oh, what's this about?"
They don't ask what it's about. It's the one question I don't think I've ever asked another songwriter. So what's that song about?
What do you dream about?
I dreamt last night. 'Cause I didn't have a drink last night for the first time in a while. And I had a dream, and it involved a rather expensive dog.
Right.
And it was. I'm trying to picture this dog now. It's kind of like a deluxe dog.
Yeah.
But more madder looking than that, obviously, because it's in a dream. And it was a famous person's dog, but I don't know who the famous person was. And I recall saying it was quite an expensive dog, and I was like, for a fucking dog? That's what I remember.
What do you reckon Bono does all day?
Depends where he is.
You play golf?
Who Bono?
Yeah.
Plays golf.
Well, maybe.
Fuck, play golf. Imagine that. I wouldn't be his mate if he played golf. Not a chance.
Apart from golf, what's your perfect day off?
I'd say before lockdown, it would be shopping and then see what my mates were up to, and then go get something to eat in the afternoon and have a long boozy afternoon in a restaurant. That's a pretty good day off. That was going to be my year off in 2020. And I was looking forward to it so fucking much after coming back off tour, been on the fucking road for 7 years pretty much. And it was 2020, you know, the start of a new decade. I was going to follow City everywhere. You know, the great day off was going to be 3 days a week. Do that every other day. It's going to be fantastic.
If you found a note taped to your door saying, "I know what you did," what would you presume they were referring to?
Nebworth.
When was the last time you played The Floor is Lava?
What?
Oh, God, he doesn't know anything. Floor is Lava.
What's that?
When you've got kids, the floor is lava. You have to get off the floor.
Fucking hell, what?
Have you not played that?
I've never played that.
What are your plans for the next 10 years?
I would like to still have this place, probably will actually. In fact, I know I will. And I've made 3 great albums, and there's not, when you get to my age, there's not a great deal that's going to happen to me in the next 10 years that hasn't happened in the last 10 years. Bar bad shit, like divorce and fucking cancer. Right, the good stuff that you're thinking about. You get to a certain point where it's like there's only so much that can happen to you in the music business.
What about collaborations, though?
I'd love to write a song with Johnny Marr. I'd love to have met Bob Dylan.
Better hurry up.
No, I know. I'd love to have written and performed with Neil Young. Yeah, but good, yeah.
Movie soundtrack?
I'd like to have scored the soundtrack to Quentin Tarantino's biggest ever box office smash. I would
have therapy and play golf?
Have a round of golf with my therapist. Yeah, there's not a great deal I yearn for, I've got to say. Not a great deal. It's usually writing songs with people, and the experience of that would be great. And I'd like to do a gig at the Albert Hall with a symphony of my greatest tunes, and it'd be fucking amazing. And I would like to. These are all just professional things. I'd like to, when I do those acoustic things at the Albert Hall with the string section, and I do all Oasis songs, I'd like to take that on the road for the experience of that. That would be great. And not just on the road in England, right round the world. Because I think it would be great in America and Japan and Australia and all that. Yeah, but just kind of, if I still had this, and I was as slim as this, and I felt as good about things as I do, that's all I could ask for. Let's all calm down. Let's everybody calm down. It's gone too far as usual.